But I've been binging and napping. So I'll watch an episode or two of my show, and I'll like wake up in the middle and have to rewatch it, and then. But I've been so exhausted that pretty much Netflix is the only thing I've been able to manage. But I had a nice 4-day weekend. Got to spend it relaxing, doing nothing, sleeping in. Got to feel a little bit better. And the universe gave me a 3D printer to work on for a little live stream. So anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I don't even know how many of you there are watching me. Holy crap. You know, in my time, I put this together on a video on my channel. It's one of the very, very earliest videos. Those I'm not doing because that's part of the spool holder. Alright, I'm down to like one more big piece and then a bunch of small pieces, and then we can move on to more serious steps in the project. I've actually thought about experimenting. Am I still live? Are there still people there? No, apparently I don't. Okay. Yeah, apparently my internet likes to burp every Wednesday. Duh. Okay. I'm live. I'm gonna pause. All right. Okay. We're back. I did manage to get one done. I guess the stream went down. Local boy, 11-year-old boy, that his mother reached out for help, and through the grapevine, I was helped. So some random person in my town I've had the opposite happen as well, where there was like an 87-year-old guy who is a machinist, and he got himself an Anet A8, and this thing was precise. He put it together, and he knew how to put machines together. So it was trimmed. It was just precisely put together. Awesome wire management. Just did a superb job. But just couldn't figure out how to get his printer to print STLs. So I went over. I spent a couple hours helping the guy, trying to explain. You know, you gotta download it, put it in a slicer, and then generate some G code, and then send the G code off. And actually made a video on that particular process itself as a result of it, which is an early video that I made, but just searching for content at the time. But so I've got to help out an old guy with a printer, and now I'm helping out a young kid with a printer. If you got a printer, I'll help you. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out. How to peel acrylic. I should have just named this video. How to peel acrylic. Well, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. People like me is what gives hope. Nah, people like me is how stuff get fixed, my man. That's what I do, man. You call me up, need something fixed, I can fix it. I have helped many people fix their printer remotely. Oh, lordy, lordy. This is almost done. Almost. Okay. Okay, I'm not peeling them because we're not going to use them. Bum, 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 bum. I don't think we're using... Yeah, I guess I gotta peel them. Not all these parts are gonna get used. Oh man, I'd be lazy, leave the back end on. Well, yeah, Rover, it's not for me. Like I said, I'm being paid to do this. So I'm giving them a printer that's finished. Sorry. If I had a little prior notice, I would have done all this prior to the stream, but I just got this today. Enough time to eat my dinner. But it's definitely not Daniel, I don't have an Ender 3, but I do have a CR10 and I do have a Maker Select. So if you want to make a comparison to them, I will state my opinion, which would be if you're looking to print big, then get something other than a CR10. If you're just looking for a better printer, a Monoprice is the better printer. In my opinion. I have two. And even though one of them is down right now, it's a hot end related issue, which is an upgraded issue. And unless you're spending, you know, a couple $100 for, or, you know, when I say a couple $100, I'm saying like $500 or $600, then, you know, the inexpensive printers, their hot ends are not the greatest. That's all there is to it. You're going to get clones. You're going to get things that can't stand high temperatures. You know, these things are meant to be upgraded. You know, it's just got to understand from a manufacturing business industry, you know, money making aspect. There's money in upgrades, you know. We're going to give you the basis for it. Or we're going to get you an upgraded model. Would you like the Rolls Royce? Or you want the Pinto? Pinto? What's a Pinto? The first thing you're going to make is a pen holder. Very cool. By the way, Fred TFE in the chat, guys, is the young boy that this belongs to. He's watching me put it together. So he knows what he didn't have to do to start out with. The paper would have matched the gold better than the black, but black and gold is going to be a nice combination, I think. And that's what color, if I didn't state that earlier, yeah, because I showed you the parts. He's chosen gold. Oh, my aching belly. Alright, I got 2 more of these. These are going underneath the bed. I ain't got to worry about them. Uno más. Okay. Let's take a moment away from that. Are you going to upgrade this thing? Yes, Jacob. I know I might have to repeat myself a couple times, but yeah, Mo is in the background right now. Let's see if I can check his status. He is printing. Let's see if I can. Wait, keep an eye on it. There we go. That's Mo printing in the background. Yes, this acrylic will break very easily. All right, so let's see. All right, back in gold. Steelers, okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. So that's what I'm going to start to do is break out some screws, start to put some of this frame together. Some of these. Oh. And she answered me, and she got this from Wish. Which, not heard the best things, but I haven't heard worse things either, so. I've actually, at one point in my life, I actually bought a couple things off of Wish, and I didn't have any problem at the time. So yeah, it's all about the frame at this point. So, let's do it. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun. Dun-dun, dun. There. Let's see if the instructions are good enough to figure out. All right, so this is definitely the top. Let's start there. Top and top. That guy's gonna go like that. And this guy here is gonna take this guy right here. Just like that. Alright, hardware. I put the hardware somewhere. Let's see how good this packing is going to be. Individually packaged items. Clearly marked. M3 by 18 millimeters, 50 pieces. M3, 64 pieces. Those are the nuts. Got M3, 30 millimeters. Let's get a little organization here. Nuts, shorter screws, longer screws. M2, okay, that's for the bed springs. M3 by 12. That's more frame I'm gonna need. I'll bet you those are for the bed. M3 by 20. So, if my memory serves me, we're going to be using, let's see how well these instructions are read. Please beware the screw hole in the red circles. By 18. M3 millimeter by 18. Clear as day. Nice. So yeah, this is a little bit of the tricky part, and during the assembly process, what I did learn was, oops. Did I miss a part? Oh, I did. Thank you. I got happy. I did not see that either. And see, it's just as much pressure to put this together as it last time. Put it together good and put it together right the first time, because I was making a video. So this is cool. I'm getting to do the same printer I started with. I get to do it all over again, knowing what but I'm not practicing any of it, so. No, but there is a couple of things that I am going to point out during this print build that if you've ever built one of these, it's going to make you want to go back and check your printer and see if you made a mistake. Anyways, thank you for pointing that out. I know somebody did. I just read the comment. What's going on, John? Welcome, welcome. Yes, I will be checking the rods for straight. So a good pair of tweezers is a helping hand in this process that just kind of holds the nut in place. What did I do with mine? I gotta grab my screwdriver real quick. Hang on. Forgot I have a microphone attached to my hand. Or to my body. So one thing I'm going to have to try to figure out. Oh yeah, wireless. Alright, hang on. First screw in. And let the time lapse begin. No, just kidding. The hardest, second hardest part is not dropping. These parts are stainless, so they're not magnetic, which kind of makes it a little bit more of a pain. Because my idea was, you know, I could just use a magnet and hold it in place, and get it into place. And then when that didn't work, I had to reboot. Start all over. And figured out just a good pair of tweezers is going to do the trick. Yes, I survived another holiday with no injuries. What's going on, One Raz? How you doing, buddy? How you liking that software? Did you make any money? I made some money. Scotch tape, huh? Looks like we're done with another print. I don't know if the camera angle's probably not too good, but all I'm doing is inserting a piece of hardware into a small little groove, and I just gotta screw it in. Maybe I should have this thing mounted to my head. What do you think? Should I have the camera mounted to my head so you could see exactly what I was seeing? Or in my glasses. How about that? That'd be cool. Camera in my glasses. Yeah, I did think about some tape myself, but once I was able to kind of get it into place. Like I said, it'd be great if they were magnetic. Then you could just kind of hold it in there on the edge with the magnet. But with this, I'm just kind of like setting it in the little slot, and then because it's you know, if you guys haven't seen these, it's just a T slot, and they're cut pretty tight. Cut pretty, tolerance is pretty tight. Okay, one more up front. We'll go up top. Once again, guys, in the chat, if you want me to specifically see something, then definitely make sure that you tag me in it so that I can note that it's for me. See if I can do something different here. I'm going to install them beforehand, and if I'm very gentle, you want to make sure that your let's move this up to here. Make sure that your push buttons are on the right. Just 4 more on the top. Already got 3 of them in. This one guy wants to give me a problem. There's always one in the group that's just gotta not want to go along with the rest of the group. So you just put them in the back of the pile and pick somebody else. Blue tape worked too. Obviously, there's more than one way to tape a cat. Oh, yeah, that sucks, Rob. They're definitely not. They're the UMHWs. if you're talking about the bearings. No dryland bearings here. Okay, so I believe this is the next part. 1 to 2. Well, I guess we gotta go up top. These guys up here. Which way do we go? Just like that. Is that right? Utility bike. Let's check something here real quick. Okay. Just checking, making sure that things are nice and even from one side to the other. But I grabbed the wrong part. So this guy's gonna go something like that, which doesn't sit right with me. I gotta go over here real quick. Ah, poopy. Guess what I did? Made a mistaker. Not only does it have to be on the right, but you also have to make sure that the back is in the back and the front is in the front. And of course, you know, if you make a mistake, the next stage of the process should not make sense. And that's what just happened with me, is that the next part just didn't fit right. There we go. All better now. Everything's still looking and sounding good, folks? Yeah? You jinxed me. At least I didn't get to the LCD screen part and it'd be wrong. Now everything will fit better. Hello. I see you down there. Okay, so let's try this again. Hey, look at that. Something don't line up. There we go. There we go. Ah, we're cooking with bacon. No. Feel free to speak up if you see something you don't agree with. I'm not perfect. And like I said, I got attention that I'm trying to give to the camera, to the chat, as well as the build. So I just want to make sure. What's going on, Thomas? How are you? I don't know if you guys are just joining me, just joining the stream, if I showed this or not. But this is an Anet, okay? And these are plastic. These are injection molded parts. This is my X gantry, you know, for each side. And these are injection molded. Not 3D printed, but injection molded. And I'm pretty impressed with that. I keep saying that. We're going to see how things line up when it gets to that point, but I'm pretty impressed. Definitely something that's changed, you know. What's going on, Christopher? Bouncy Bob. I'm not sure what a level in Bouncy Bob is. Alright, so moving on. We put the top parts on. Next we're going to assemble the back part with the stepper motors. So I do need to peel this part, I guess. Set that aside for right this second, and we are going to be working on this guy. If you're building one as well and you follow along, I am now on step 3 in the instructions. I just lost my microphone. Somebody's sending me messages. I think I might have just stripped out that thing. Oh well. Anyways. Again, if you're just joining. Yeah, definitely want to keep static away from this. And just my pajamas alone is going to prevent me from being static free. But I'm actually, I did have a little idea about a little series that had to do with all my printers. And one of those over there, over here, over there for you, that one there, that one there. What are we looking for? We are looking for an odd piece. Yes, right here. An odd piece. Alright, so the way this is going to get mounted up in here, it's going to be the top and the top. This is my hole. This is going to go in like that. Yes. Yes, yes. Stepper through that side. So like this. Is that right? Yes. There's another odd piece right over here that I gotta peel now. I wasn't sure what these exactly were for earlier, so that's why I didn't peel them. Just trying to get away with this if I could. These guys I'm not peeling because that part has already been replaced with a 3D printed part. That I printed and finished at the beginning of this stream. Like I said, if I might repeat myself, but local kid got it. His mom reached out, asked for some help. Somebody tagged me in the post, and here I am. Building a 3D printer for an 11-year-old kid that lives in the same town area-ish that I live in. So that's why I'm putting this together, in case you wondered. That guy going like that. That guy's gonna, whoops. Slow down, Spaz. Let's get back to being a little bit more organized. One of my New Year's resolutions is to get a little bit more organized in my life, because at this point in my life I'm a little disorganized. There was like an anonymous group for disorganized people, I would like be a chapter leader, you know. I'm not only a member, but I'm the founder of I'm Unorganized Anonymous. My life has become more unorganized. Oh, wow. Thank you. I do have a plan. Okay, so at this point, it's actually telling me to install a stepper motor. So let's grab a stepper motor. And this clearly marked. Here's my Y motor. There we go. Thank you, autofocus. Jeez. Alright, let me just make sure. Something doesn't seem right here. Why did I do this? Something just don't look right here, fellas. Hold on one second. I'm going to get the ultimate reference guide out. Huh. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. But I definitely put it in the wrong spot. This is for my limit switch. I don't know. The instructions kind of show it in a weird spot. And for some reason it just wouldn't allow my stepper motor to fit. So once again, if you do something wrong in the process, it kind of lets you know. Because the next part ain't going to fit, you know. Yeah, as far as a 3D printing hub, I literally had my hub open for over a year, and I never got one single order through 3D printing hub. So, yeah, I didn't miss much. I never really got anything out of it. Alright, now to mount the stepper motor to the acrylic piece. Want to use M12s. Yeah, it's still showing a weird piece to be put on to hold this stepper motor up. But is that what this guy may be? Hey! Hey! How about it, huh? I found you. Okay. I'm going to make it so the wires are pointing towards me. And some 12s. Now, if you're doing this, there's like a little grub screw on your little thing. You just on this pulley. You just want to make sure that you got access to it before you screw this in, because otherwise you'll be mad at yourself later on. You don't want to tighten too much with this acrylic stuff. Remember, it will break pretty quick on you. Okay, stepper motor's attached. I do need to find my Y limit switch. SY. Switch Y. Okay, somewhere. Some more of a coarse, like a machine type of screw versus he's got little pointy heads on them. The camera's probably not going to pick it up, but that's what we're going to use for our limit switch. Just for reference, to the right. Get that screwed into place through the acrylic. 2 screws. Nice and snug. Wire sticking out the back. We're not going to hook up the motor wires because we'll still be able to get at that. And next we're going to attach this to the back side of the frame. Let's see. Just like this. Perfecto. Dry, fat fingers do not help. Building 3D printers. If I'm missing you in chat, I apologize. I'm kind of focused on the task. Can he build an A8 in one night? No, I can't. Whoa, what's going on? Thank you. Thank you very much. From Brazil. $20 rubles. Or $20. $20 worth of rubles. Thank you so much from Brazil. Cheers. All right. So the next part is going to be this front part, which is going to be the part that I just printed. It's going to take the place of that, so I'm not too worried about that part of it, which is going to lead us up to, let me make a little bit of roomage here. Stepper motors. Stepper motors. Stepper motors. These are all the screws for that. Get some stuff out of the way here. And now we got to start to do these threaded rods. You're welcome. Isn't it a reel or something? What are the most must-do upgrades for the A8? In my opinion, must-do upgrades is going to be a belt tensioner for your Y belt, a belt tensioner for your Z belt, relocating the Z switch from the frame here to something that can be adjustable, bed knobs, and firmware. You know, those. I mean, just being able to tighten your belts and adjust your Z and trim your bed easy are major useful must do. The other thing would be to put a MOSFET on the hotbed, which I didn't talk to him about that. It did slip my mind, but just so that you know there, Fred, according to the chat, the owner of this thing, Aiden, that I am going to throw in, it was donated to me, so I will donate it to you, but I am going to put a MOSFET on this for you. And I really don't have a flat bed or a flat table or anything. So I'm just going to hope that these aren't bent. Okay, it's not how that's going to stay, but it's just giving me... And of course, instead of the threaded rods, I open up the smooth rods, which need to be open anyways. Roll it on a kitchen table. Yeah, I'd have to go like downstairs to do that. So, okay, the short one is for your spool holder. We'll set that aside. The coarser ones are for your Z. We'll set these down here for now. And the longer threaded ones are going to be for the frame. So let's see. Let's clean up some of this. I do need to print him some bed knobs here. Let me start this part and then we'll get something else printed, because I've got some more printed parts that I need to make some progress on this. Alright, so what do we want? We want, it's got to be locked onto that, and then locked in through that. So, come on. There's a special combination you need for this guy, so we're going to do some. Put a nut on, washer on this side, And then another nut. Actually, let's do it from this end. Washer, washer, nut. And that's going to be to pinch the inside part. So we want to thread this in quite a bit. I did not talk them into the auto bed leveling, but I am going to be flashing the firmware, so it's a good possibility. But I think everybody should learn how to level a bed first. Or to tram a bed, I should say. Which I'm gonna help this kid out. Yeah, I mean, that's not that big of a deal, Rob, as far as uploading the firmware again. It's an investment. I might actually, you know, send a message off because I've actually got one, an extra one that if we were to really want to, we could probably set them up, but all right, I'm gonna go with that. Washer at the end. Come on. This one end is a little wonky, thread wise. Okay, going like this. In like that. I'm going to put a locking nut on this end. Come on. Yeah, I could do that for sure, Rob. In the firmware. I feel you. All right. I'm just tightening that back one. Just that one for right now. I got to replicate that now. There is a manual bed leveling sequence that yes, you can enable in Marlin, where it will travel from one spot to the other, and you can actually access it from the LCD menu. I do believe, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. And once again, what I do is I kind of I keep all my sketches. I rename them, my configuration files, I should say. Whenever I set up a printer um, with my own personal configuration, I will make sure that I save it with a date and everything, just to reference back to. Okay, you're going in. Ooh. Oh, spin your. Went crazy with that guy. Haha, wrong hole. Ah, that's what she said. This could say Prussia on it someday. All right. Wop bop boo bop wop bam bam tutti frutti. I got this thing going. By default, it is not enabled. Oh yeah, yeah. Whenever I do this last time when I did my ANAT, I only because I had the guy like right there during the live stream. I used the unified version that Tim from TH3 Studios has, but I'm going to use a custom build for this guy because I want to redo mine and change a few things, and I want it to be custom. So I will use a scratch version of Marlin and start from scratch. All right, I'm going to put this last part on, and then I'm going to get some parts printing real quick. But this will be the basic frame of the unit together. And I did it quicker than it took to peel the parts.